Hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today we will try to fit this coupling to bigger shaft, so it's need to be opened by lathe, as you can see, and then we need to broach a keyway. Unfortunately I don't have any holder for the broaching, so that's something we also need to make. As you can see, the coupling is in aluminum, which make it really easy. Of course, I have high-speed steel cutters for the broaching for the keyway, so it can be done in any regular coupling material. Right now we are on a spot, so we can make the broaching tool holder. The broaching is done, at least in this example, by forcing knife with multiple cutting. For example, under hydraulic press, and as you press it, it will cut the keyway, which needs to be precise and it has to be on a center. So the holder should hold the tool while you press it in a line, so it's nice and straight. I still have many leftovers of this cast iron because I can't use it to what it's supposed to be used because of its concentration of iron and graphite. And it will be enough for this application. Also, the graphite can make the process easier because graphite works as lubricant sometimes. First of all, we need to turn it down to the same diameter as the coupling is or the shaft is, which is exactly 48 millimeters. Tight fit is good in here, but it's not necessary. It will make the job easier because it won't turn or something like that. But always once you do the first cut, it will stay in a place. So I think that's good enough and we can move to the mill. And we need to mill a slot for the broaching tool itself. So first of all, I need to locate the part. Now we can touch off and mill. So I will go easy on this. I will do a 1 mm or 1.5 depth of cut because I don't want to use coolant on this material because it can really easily turn to grinding paste, which is not good for your mill. Unfortunately, I don't have any mill large enough, so I just mill a few millimeters of each side to make it wider. It's not enough, so I need to make another skim pass. That's better. I rather do more passes on the press than make the first one really hard, so I'll make it a little bit deeper. So the first cut is just to locate where the keyway broaching will be. So this is good enough, and I guess it's done. So now we can do the broaching. So here we are on the press, and as you can see, this is the assembly. And after some coolant or lubricant, we can do the first cut. Sometimes it can happen if you make the holder really precise, as I did, that the knife is still holding on something right at the end. So you can use anything, don't be scared, it's always just the friction because there is some chips and it can be some mess in there, and that's why it's not going further down, but it's not cutting anymore. Usually, of course. So the second cut is made just the same as the first one. The only difference is this some washers, or I don't know what exactly that is, but it will force the cutting tool to another cut. And I always do recommend to use those washers that you get from the manufacturer when you buy this cutter or a broaching tool, because they are really exact how much you can cut in one cut, if it make any sense. And for the last cut I will use two of those washers, and we should be clean enough to put it on a shaft, but unfortunately that's something I don't have recorded because it's at the customer's place and I didn't have any time to film it. Okay, this should be everything for today's video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one.